Hey, what's up, my little TisaTellss? How y'all doing today? Well, if you are Nick Cannon, you have lost your ever-loving mind, but we figured that happened when you were on your sixth kid, moving to your seventh. You guys, what am I talking about? Nick Cannon is in the whole headlines again, not for making another baby, even though I'm sure that's sure to come, not for basically having a harem where he can't even split his time between his kids in a way that makes them all feel love, but he's actually taking it one step further. He's literally forgetting kids' names, but don't worry. He's not forgetting all of them. Amazingly, he's only forgetting one child's name. And it is the one child that doesn't reflect the aesthetic that he actually likes. And then he had the nerve to say that black women are on him bad and he doesn't know why. He loves them. Really, Nick? You love women that look like your mom? That's so very big of you, Nick. A black man has love for women of his own culture. But y'all, let's get into this because Nick Cannon is tiring. I will admit, and you can go look at my old videos. When this whole thing about Nick Cannon having kids came out, I was like, well, everybody leave Nick alone. Those girls clearly have a relationship. You know, Nick is literally giving them a baby. He's taking care of both of them. They're getting a bag and they want a baby with Nick's genes. It's an arrangement. Everybody's happy. Nick spends plenty of time with those kids until and a lot of y'all said you're tripping. And I was, because the ugly truth came out. And what was the ugly truth? Nick, which is giving out babies, he didn't have time to spend with any of them, really, kept in his work schedule. But even when it came to financial support, he literally said that if the women had other boyfriends or girlfriends or anyone outside of him, that he would cut off all financial support. What's more, he doesn't give them a set monthly allowance. He just provides whatever they need. Another form of financial control. So I don't even get a check every month. I have to submit expenses to you. Then you look at the expenses and decide which ones you're going to need. That's when I said, yo, Nick is psycho. But also, who's any woman that actually signed up for that mess? Well, one of the women that signed up for that mess, Lanisha Cole, she's reacting to him forgetting about their daughter, Onyx. I think it's Onyx, or is it Onyx? Onyx, right? That's what you say, that da, Onyx, slam, da, 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 da. Let the boys be boys. My big cousin, she's so always listen to that song. Anyway, yeah, right? Amid Lanisha Cole reacted to him forgetting her daughter's birthday. Let me just say this. Nick has 12 children. He knows he has 12 children. He recited 11 names perfectly and left this girl's name off. I am sure he left her name off on purpose, which shows Nick is weird. And he's just like a dirtbag. But it also shows that not only did you do it on purpose, but you're trying to like now act like, oh my God, it was just a mistake. If it was just a mistake, why didn't you apologize and say, I love Unks very, very, very much. I'm so sorry. And literally do a special photo shoot or something. So when she gets older, she doesn't look and be like, my dad is a piece of whatever. But then again, by this time, she'll probably have 12 more siblings. So anyway, they said Nick Cannon is feeling the heat from black women's criticism, and it's only increasing after he forgot his daughter, Onyx, who has lived Lanisha Cole. They said the media mogul seemed like a convincingly capable father of 12 until this week when Nick's father Abraham Ventures got him in trouble due to him forgetting the name of his children in a recent interview. Lanisha responded to him missing the name of her daughter, Onyx Ice Cole Cannon, his only child that is unambiguously black on both sides. Now, listen. Somebody said Howard Stern asked Nick Cannon the name of his kids, and Nick forgot. The name of the only baby he had by a black on both sides woman. Interesting. Now, Nick did also go on the Howard Stern show. That's where he forgot. He talked about, and he was there to promote his new morning show with baby mama Abby De La Rosa. You know what, though? Nick is so crazy. I wonder if Abby's actually making a check, or is Nick getting paid and still just giving her allowance? I'm saying, right? Listen. People were inflamed. They're like, you're forgetting the name of your only child who's black. I actually think it's deeper than this, though. I honestly think that for whatever reason, Lanisha, and again, it could honestly be because it's black on both sides, but he had the baby by her, so he knows the baby exists. Anybody that Googles can know. I honestly think his issue with Onks is her mother. Lanisha is the only woman that left his harem. Lanisha is the only woman, as far as I know, that has a kid by him that is not depending, right? Is not depending on any of his support. She's not even depending on him to be a dad. She got a new man and he looked good. She got a new man and he's playing daddy, husband, supporter, lover to her. And I think that's what Nick is really mad at. You cannot tell me that Nick, with these 12 kids, it's all about control for him. Even the way he doesn't even put them on child support. They said Lanisha Cole has been one of Nick's more low-key and private co-parents, but she spoke out about the viral moment of Nick forgetting her daughter. She said, it's not normal to have your life play out in front of an audience, but this is the age we live in. Girl, okay, listen, I feel for Lanisha. I really honestly do. But girl, shut up. You had a baby with Nick Cannon and you knew. Alex is like, what, his last child or second to last child? You knew when you got with them, you were signing up for the circus. You knew when you got with them, you were signing up to be one of Nick Cannon's baby's mom. Now you're going to sit here and be like, I don't want this attention. Now, I know you don't want this negative attention, but are you serious? Anyway, she said, that being said, no person's path is linear. There's going to be blind curves, peaks and valleys, and sometimes we make wrong turns or run into dead ends. Simply correct course and get back on your forward moving path. Can I say this? It is my pet peeve when people try to throw shade and wrap them into riddles. Girl, like, what are you saying? You're telling Nick just apologize and we can move on? You're telling Nick he's making his own problems. Why not just tell Nick that? And if you don't want to make a public statement about it, why not tell Nick in private? I am sick of the high road wrapped up in messiness, right? Anyway, somebody said, so they asked Nick Cannon to name all his kids, remembered all of them except the one with 2 black parents. She said, I pray every day for strength, guidance, and peace, regardless of where I'm at on my path. I know God's got me and I know I've got Onyx. Now listen, that's a beautiful way to look at it. It's a beautiful thing. Like she said, I'm focused on my child, right? Could give a F about a ninja with a turban and his baby making Play-Doh self. She said to all the moms out there, take care of your heart with the same love and patience you have for your babies. It's not always easy, but we're built for this, right? Now, people did jump on to drag her, saying, to Nick Cannon's only black baby mama name, he forgot you got to eat that one, love. You knew that he was out, that he was the girl said you knew what he was about beforehand. 9 times out of 10, he only used you to prove to the masses he likes black women. Do better next time. Now, listen. That's what Tammy Faye tweeted. Tokyo Truth Telling Tony said, Nick Cannon being partial to non-black women is nothing new to anyone. So as a black woman, you choosing to join that is just that, a choice. Yes, he's a clown. Yes, you're a part of that circus. So is your child. Now, listen, let me just say this. We also have to normalize that once you make the mistake of having a baby or a relationship with the wrong guy, are we really going to punish her for that for the rest of her life? Yes, she knew it was a circus. She knew Nick was a clown. I get that. But did you really think that she had a baby with someone thinking or knowing that he was completely going to, thinking or knowing that he was completely going to, abandon her, mock her, and even act like pretend he forgot his daughter's name on TV? Come on now. Stop. Yeah, she could have been naive that it was going to be the one, but come on now. Nobody would have signed up for that. And Nick don't give child support. Listen, somebody said, why did Lanisha Cole have a baby with Nick Cannon? The man she's with now seems to absolutely adore her and her daughter. Nick already said, according to Bossov, he doesn't give the mothers of his children a monthly allowance, providing based on what they need. Again, Nick is a control freak. Again, I think this is less about the baby's complexion, and it could be very well, but it's less about, in my mind, less about the complexion and more about the fact that he can't control Lanisha. And she is with Brian Paul Cuba. So there's not much that Lanisha needs from Nick right now. However, if Lanisha doesn't take her butt to child support, right? If she doesn't take his butt to child support, he didn't go over to Unks' house for Christmas. He didn't go for the Easter bunny. He's not playing her. Nick is a petty man. He is mad that one woman from his harem decided to leave, and Nick is going to go after Onyx. You know what? Nick is disgusting. Anyway, he said, I feel like black women are really upset with me for some reason. Nick, that's a funny thing where I'm like side-eyeing him. Black women, Nick, I was on Twitter. Women of all ages, races, and creeds have been dragging you. But you want to put it all on black women and then say for some reason? He said, when asked if they're really upset with him, he added, it's that love-hate thing. It's love-hate because they be on me. They be on me so heavy. He thinks black women dubbed him one of the good ones, but now think otherwise despite him being corny. He said, let me just say this. A certain demographic, certain age group, because older black women love me. My mama, them grandmas, aunties saying, he just like your daddy. He said, you know what? Like, I get that energy from elder statesmen, but the young girls is like, they expect more from me. Somebody said, Nick, he said, so Nick went on to say, that's where that comes from. It's like, oh, we thought you was one of the good ones. Even the corny ones is crazy. You know what I mean? I get that in my comments. You know what? Nick is a cornball, but not for the reasons he thinks. Even the fact there's a million women of all races dragging you and you want to speak on black women. Nick is obsessed. We get it, Nick. You wanted all your kids' moms to be mixed with either straight or curly hair. We get it, Nick. You thought you had one baby with a non-ambiguous black woman and you wanted a cookie. We get it, Nick. But at this point, are black women obsessed with you, or are you obsessed and projecting your own self-hate mixed with misogyny, or as we say, misogynoir? Are you projecting it onto black women? And let me just say this, right? No matter what we see publicly doing to Unks, he has 12 other kids and those babies' moms. Just look at the way people treat their kids, because, baby, those babies' moms, I don't care what they put onto the outside. I know they going through it with Nick Cannon, a mess. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.